Let me
Welcome, fans and friends. It is I, Joshua Joseph, the voice, and it is another Raw preview and recap tonight. And, well, I'm here with my friends. You know what? I'm going to introduce them. You know what? We are going to start out with the chicken parm champion of the world, the one, the only, the guy who sits on the couch and is a not a movable object. You cannot move him off of that unless there's a Raw or a special match. It is the Bulkster, my friend Terry Hans. How are you doing?
Good, Josh. It's been one heck of a week. I'm feeling 100% better from last week.
Awesome.
I'm on the mend. Got some breaking news.
Breaking news.
Yeah, I got my PlayStation camera coming in this week. Hopefully, gonna start streaming some video games. Join. The games on the list right now will be Final Fantasy VII, the new one, the number 2, and then WWE 2K25 or 24.
Yeah.
And then that's about it.
Awesome. Well, we will definitely promote the hell out of that and get people out there. Now, for second chair, the Canadian Cracker, the man who sits in front of us every day, just like a big slab of Canadian bacon. He is the one, the only, the beautiful Bubba Duke. How are you doing, my friend? How goes
Bubba.
it?
I'm doing good, man. It's Monday, and it feels like I was just here yesterday, talking, the little bit of shit that I talk.
Yeah,
I'm ready to go.
that's great to hear. And we already have fans jumping in right now in the Window Liquors Network. It is Grunmeister saying, "Hey guys, hey Grunmeister, how goes it? Go check Grunmeister out. He does some awesome streams. He does a lot of playing games and things like that. You can definitely
Nice
have
seeing you,
great
Grun.
talk with him.
Welcome.
And we got, well, we all know this guy. We got the old Chris
Yeah.
Best jumping in.
Chris
Good evening,
Best.
gentlemen. How goes it, Chris Best? How is your Monday going? We know you're getting ready for the Raw Patrol. That you, Carl, Parrish, OMD, and the one Bubba Duke do an amazing job out there. So go out there, check them out.
Double duty.
Yeah, dude.
Double duty. He's out there. They're doing the watch along with Raw. So go check them out. Some great insight in there.
Double duty.
Double duty Duke.
We got here's an FF7 Rebirth.
Yeah, that's the Final Fantasy game I was talking about.
There you go.
I couldn't think. It's Rebirth. Yes.
There we go. So Chris Best setting us straight. Okay, fellas. Which one of you want to go first for your topic for today?
Well,
We're gonna go.
you know what?
Bulkster.
Let's let Bulkster go
okay.
first, because mine kind of rolls into that one as well. So we'll let him go
Okay,
first.
yeah, we'll do that then. So we'll go into Bulkster. Bulkster, why don't you let the fans know what you were going to be talking about tonight?
Bulkamaniacs. I watched Raw, and like I said last week, I wasn't too hyped for this New Day versus Imperium street fight. You know, I think New Day's been played out. I thought, well, maybe I'm gonna give them a shot. So what they do? They let me down. They come out wearing some dad jeans,
They
fighting
did.
around, beating each other up with. I mean, yes, I love the carnage, but it still just didn't do anything for me. I mean, they had some good spots here and there. I mean, your typical WWE street fight. I actually thought Imperium seems pretty solid because they would beat them down, and then they would, they're excellent heels because they they beat them down, and then they stare at the crowd and taunting them, like what are they going to do about it? I mean, it was a great showcase. I'm glad Imperium went over. Like I said, New Day, I hope the best for them. They are great talent, of course. I just like to bust their balls a little bit because they were a part of that generation previous, and
that sorry, dude. I didn't. Sorry, that.
and so like I said, I'm hoping they get. I don't know. I mean, isn't Kofi hopefully getting ready to retire? And Xavier, he needs to stay back and play video games. I mean, he seems good at that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can kind of see what you're saying, and we'll just address this here real quick. This is a friend of me and Terry's, Josh Bush out there, normal Red Devil. This is his second jumping in here, and he's just letting the Bulkster know that, well, the Bulkster's a letdown. And
all the time.
What are you going to do? I mean, come on.
Do?
Yeah. You're the one, you know what, Bush? You're the one who logged on. You're the one watching us. So who's really letting anybody down? Because it seems like Bulkster is just collecting fans and bringing them in. But I do see where you're saying, Bulkster, with the Imperium.
Like I said, they had some great spots. Like I said, kendo sticks, tables. I love the whole tease. Imperium, people were chanting tables. I mean, that crowd was on fire last week.
Yeah,
I mean,
they were.
It was like a Chicago crowd.
Yeah.
And they were chanting tables, and Ludwig, he reached under the thing and pulled the table almost all the way out. I mean, it was like at the edge, and he just kind of shoves it back. And Da Vinci, I don't know. Is that his name? Da Vinci?
I don't think it's Da Vinci.
Well, I like Da Vinci. So he pilled. No, it's right with a D. So he pulls out freaking kendo sticks, or no, a chair, and that's when they laid Xavier out with this chair.
Yeah.
Is
that where they put him in the corner and they came running in with it and then just beat that platform while he was hanging?
They did a double kick on the
So
to be honest.
So I mean, so what I'm hearing you say, Bulkster, is that it was your typical match you expected from WWE for this environment for a street fight. And then I think I'm hearing you say that maybe it is time for the New Day to kind of start venturing away from the limelight. And then Imperium, I mean, come on. Why are they not talked about as a New Day level of talent? Because honestly, to me, they are.
There's so much fresh tag teams out there.
Yes.
That, I mean, I want to see more Creed brothers and Imperium. I want to see, let's see, Bobby, Street Profits, if they're playing as good guys or bad guys. I don't know, because right now they're in that feud with the Final Testament. But I mean, them guys, I mean, there's so much talent out there. New Day needs to step away. I think if they brought them back as a nostalgia, like, that'd be kind of cool. Every once in a while they show up type thing.
I got you.
But yeah, they need to either go heel, change their name, go heel, or just kind of go off in the sunset. They did good.
Separate thing even would be fine.
They can't really accomplish anymore. They've been tag team champions before, and for a long time. So,
Bubba Duke, what's your thoughts on that one?
I get what he's saying. The New Day thing's kind of burnt, like he said, if Kofi retires, fine, that's cool. Let Xavier do his thing because when he's solo, he's a good talent.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah.
he's to the point where he could be pretty well unstoppable if they let him do it. I don't know about bringing them back for nostalgia right away, but giving them a couple years of retirement and then, hey, guess who shows up in the Royal Rumble? Xavier Wood, and then guess who else? Kofi Kingston, and they both get tossed out in like 2 seconds. You know what I mean? Like, I could deal with that, but yeah, I think it's an old story now. Like, God, how long have they been around? 20 years now. Like, really?
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, hypothetically. You know, I'm just
Yeah.
They need to go on another single. Like Xavier needs a really good, strong singles run and have Kofi like manage.
That could work too.
Or
I think
Or,
Xavier should step down to NXT and
True.
really highlight
dude.
his abilities down there.
He
And
would
then
rock that place.
even if he's not even down there for every NXT, every week, you could put him down there once a month for a big match. Keep it, maybe do 2 weeks in a row so you can keep a storyline going with him. But I think he would really shine down there. And I like the idea of a nostalgia factor, but I don't like the idea that we had to come to that conclusion with the New Day, because let's not over look what they actually did for the tag team division when they were all three together. Because without Big E, is it New Day? I don't think it is. I honestly don't.
I think they lost a lot of momentum once they lost Big E. I mean, it was just not the same.
And it's no fault to anybody in the group. That's just the way that the tides roll and what happens.
It happens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I honestly do see what you're saying, Terry, when it comes to that whole point about are we as fans of the WWE, are we over New Day? Like, are we done with them? Is it have they burnt out too much with it?
I don't know. Like I said, I mean, I know Big E might not be cleared to wrestle, but
why couldn't he manage?
But if he would just be a part of New Day as manager role or, light bumping. I mean, very seldom light. Like a normal manager would. But that would kind of be like, that'd be a cool.
Yeah.
Normal Red Devils right there with you.
Yeah.
The cool factor left in cool. Big E after he left. I mean, but
I mean,
there's ways to go about it, though. I mean, just like you guys were both talking, why couldn't he be a manager? Big E, he's able to pull off that on-camera guy. Now, to go against Big E, though, on some things, I think his take on Kofi and how long it took Kofi to get a world championship, I think that was a little too much. I think at the end of the day, think about it. Kofi Kingston didn't jump in to the WWE as a heavyweight champion. He spent a lot of his career going after the lower titles, that's what made us as fans love his world title run even more, because it was like the Benoits, it was like the Guerreros, it was like all those guys who worked their ass off in the lower belts eras and made us love them. I mean, come on, Dean Malenko. Tell me you wouldn't want to watch a Malenko and a Guerrero match again one more time.
Oh, I'd kill for it.
I mean,
I'd kill for it.
There's so much that you can attribute to. And yes, I'm not saying Vince McMahon didn't hold Kofi Kingston back, because I guarantee he probably did. Because what pisses me off is that these smaller guys didn't get a chance when Vince was running the show, because Vince believed wrestlers were the larger than life characters that you needed to believe in. So a big man being his champion made plenty of sense in his, and again, it is his company. It was none of ours. It was the way he wanted to run the company. But those smaller guys, Rey Mysterio, Eddie, all those guys, Chavo, worked their asses off to get to levels. And Kofi worked when you say things like, oh, well, it must have been some particular. No, you're diminishing exactly what that man worked his ass off, what he gave his body for, what he broke himself for. You're diminishing that shit, and you should not do that, especially if you're going to sit there and say he's your brother and that you guys tore the world together and all that. Don't do that. That is bullshit. You're cutting fans like me out of the conversation because I know exactly where you're going with it, and I don't like it because it doesn't have a place in this business.
No,
we're in 2024 right now. Triple H is running the helm. Everybody needs to sit back, relax, and enjoy the goddamn show.
It's a pretty gravy ride at this point. Not necessarily gravy, sorry. That's probably not the right word to use. But if you can wrestle and you can entertain and you don't fuck shit up.
Be right back. Bolster's dog wants out.
Okay.
You're going to go places. It doesn't take a rocket scientist. Triple H notices talent over your size. He doesn't give a shit about your size.
Yeah.
But yes, I think even if Big E, let's hypotheticals here, okay? Big E comes back as the manager. I don't think that dude needs to take a single bump.
No.
Because of his size. You come at him, you hit him, fall off. And he just looks over top of you going, really, bro?
Yeah.
You try with dude, I'm twice your size. What are you thinking?
Yeah.
You know?
It's almost like
take a bump.
It's almost like what you're saying is when the AJ Styles and what was his name? Or what's his name?
Was that the almost
Omos?
guy?
Omos?
I call him almost.
And how like AJ always ran behind him. And then it would directly stop those guys in their tracks because, I mean, look at the size of the dude. So it played very well. And I like what you're saying there because you can also make the argument that when Bobby Lashley's done in the ring, he could be a manager like that because look at the size of the dude.
Yep.
Are you going to really mess with a guy like that?
You're not. You're going to see a guy like that. You're going to come around the corner and see him and go, whoa. Hold on a minute. I got to go this way.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Exactly.
You're not going to mess with Big E. You're not. And even if he's a babyface or he's playing the heel, it doesn't matter because you're not messing with a dude that big. You're not. But yes, when Big E got hurt and left, it kind of killed the New Day for me.
It did. Okay, so we're going to jump into what Bubba Duke wanted to discuss.
Yeah,
and I believe it's this, right, Bubba?
110%. Exactly that. Yes. Again, Imperium, more so Gunther than the rest of the guys, unfortunately, but they were all there. And Judgment Day comes out with the biggest set of cojones I've ever seen in a group, aside from guys before, saying that title, enjoy it while you have it, because it's going to be ours.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I literally took my headset off, turned the TV up, and I was like, no, this is happening. This is really happening?
Yeah.
And I don't know, and correct me, please, I don't know who exactly from Judgment Day is facing Gunther for that title. But my theory is whoever it is going to beat him down, and then Mr. Priest is going to come in and take that title with that nice little briefcase he's got. That's,
I mean,
just my prediction.
That is it's not that far off of what could happen. Here we go. Normal Red coming in and saying Dom, I believe. And here's you know what, Bulkster, let's get your thoughts on Bubba's topic, and then I'll go into the question I have for both of you.
Like I said, I think they're leading toward Dom fighting Gunther.
Okay.
I do like his thoughts of, possibly a beatdown and then, them coming out. I think it'll be thwarted somehow. I mean, I think the Imperium overall will intervene.
Yeah.
It'll either cost him the Money in the Bank, which people will be kind of upset about, because it's like, didn't Austin Theory cash in last year on the U.S. title, and everybody was kind of ups in arms because he wasted it.
Yeah.
Which I thought that was brilliant. They need to cash him in on any title, make any title be worth that.
Yes.
Doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
I honestly think if you have one briefcase, just the one, even though it's a single Money in the Bank, I feel if Damian wanted to, I feel that they should even be able to cash in on tag titles. Like just one of the other people, they should be able to run out there and cash in on tag titles if they want to. Either way, as long as he's a part of the match and he can pick a tag team partner, whatever, they should be able to pick any title besides women's title, I guess you'd say.
Well, obviously.
But anyway, like I said, I could see any of that happening. I don't know if this is gonna be a build to WrestleMania, if they're still got some surprises for us in between now and then, as in who's going to challenge Gunther at WrestleMania. So I think we're going to see something tonight.
I could see them doing a rock, paper, scissors challenge for who's going to take them.
I could see them doing that if they were really sticking in the R-Truth storyline.
Right. Wouldn't that be funny as hell?
Yeah, it would be. But here's my question to you two.
Okay. No.
When you take a talent like Dominic Mysterio and you're going to put him up against a guy like Gunther, who's an amazing champion, who's got records now, who has destroyed everything in his path and not even broke a sweat. But when you have a guy like Dom coming in and challenging him, how much more stock of Dom's, how much more does it rise? Just that match alone, in your opinion as a fan.
Wow. Sorry, dude, I'm gonna take this one because it's right here. Wow. Okay, my thing is, that's pretty cool that he's got the balls to say, "Hey, I want your title. I'm coming for you." That's pretty cool because I've been on the edge with Dom kind of thing. I'm like everybody. I'd rather boo him than cheer him. But that being said, if he could put on a hell of a match and push Gunther to his limit, I will be a Dominic fan from that point on. Even if he doesn't win, let's just say the kid puts on a hell of a clinic with Gunther. Gunther makes him look incredible, okay? I'm buying stock in Dominic Mysterio. I am, because he just proved that he can run with the big boys and stay with them.
Yeah.
And he's not just a goofy gimmick.
I can agree with you on that one. Bulkster.
Dom ever since he turned on Ray and became Dom, Dirty Dom.
The best version.
I mean, he's excellent. I mean, he got so much talent, and he's so young. That's what it is. He's so young, and he got so much potential. He's going to be a bigger star than Ray, guaranteed. I'm calling it. I feel he's this young and he's already getting this. Unless something falls off, if he keeps his trajectory, when it's time for him to turn face, it's going to be off the charts.
I love the bold prediction on that one, because you could be right in this. I mean, just think about it. Think of the ages, and think of, not only did Ray start when he was young, but Ray did not have Rey Mysterio teaching him, showing him, providing a life for him to see this stuff. that's not being, that wasn't in Ray. I mean, Ray did have family that was involved, but not to the Rey Mysterio levels of fame.
I mean,
Right?
It's insane to think how good Dominic Mysterio could be.
I vicariously live. Let's see, how would I say this? Dom reminds me of so much of Eddie Guerrero, even though I know it's the storyline. But he has his mannerisms. He got the mullet. He got the look. It's like watching like Eddie Guerrero's son in the ring.
Yeah.
And it's like this is great. This is money right here. He has so much. He plays the liars, cheaters, the thing. I mean, he is like the best of both worlds, Eddie and Ray. I mean, it's so, and so yeah. I'm looking for him to,
dude. I
think this match against Gunther. I mean, it's weird because it's two. Well, you have bigger heel versus heel now.
Yes.
Dom's the bigger heel in this because
right.
So does that in turn mean that Gunther's going to get his face rubbed from this match because of Dom? I mean, come on, Dom is the heel.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way you can say he's not.
People are going to root for Gunther.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Go ahead, Bubba. Let us know what you're thinking.
My brain is just going right now because, like Terry said, he's so Eddie, but yet so his dad.
Yeah.
Right? And it seems like he's just taking these two characters and going like this and really matching them very well, but taking more the Eddie, like when Eddie was a heel,
Yeah.
And he just took that from here to here because the kid can't even, as soon as he goes like this to get a mic, the whole place just goes mental.
Yep.
Like he doesn't even get the mic to hear, and people are just on his
the same
ass.
happened when Eddie would take the mic from China. When he would take the mic from her and not let her talk, he would get booed so much.
So hard.
I would love to see in this match with Gunther if he would pull off a classic Eddie move of a chair and throwing it at Gunther and falling down.
Right.
If he did this, that would be like, oh man, I'm sold. This guy's freaking great.
That's kind of where I was going. I was gonna let's see
if he does
pull
the
an Eddie, the whole hit something or just that classic Eddie heel. I hope this kid pulls it off in this match, and that is what gets him the win. Is that Eddie-esque move is kind of what I'm waiting for.
That signature mark that you can distinctly tell.
Well, it's just like that's Eddie.
Very true.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm good. We got to get going here.
All right, so we got some. I believe these are the ones coming up. Yeah, this is the one coming up tonight, right? Yes, the rematch.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a special presentation towards the end, ladies and gentlemen. That's why it's kind of like off a little bit with how I'm doing the subject. So just bear with me. This is a preview that we're going to be doing. This is the Becky Lynch to engage Nia Jax in a violent rematch.
A volatile.
Volatile. However the fuck you say that word.
Volatile?
Anyways, it's going to be explosive. Hey,
some Tylenol.
You two shut up, okay? I can mute both of you and none of you can say boo about it. Anyways, so how are you guys feeling about this this feud that Nia and Becky are having? Are you guys, as wrestling fans, are you guys into it? Are you guys, or is it something that you could just, leave it? You don't even need it for your Monday night.
That's right. I want Nia to crush Becky Lynch. Maybe send her away for a little bit. Oh wait, she has to come back from WrestleMania for Rhea, but I want this. I think this would be a good rematch. Like, didn't they fight when they first she came back though? Did they just have like a match, like a pay-per-view or
one.
something?
They just had one at
ELE.
Believe
wasn't it?
So they were talking about
Chamber
busting
or
her nose.
Chamber? No,
Something.
that was on Raw. She did that.
Yeah, she did that on Raw.
Okay.
Yeah, she did that on Raw, bro.
So okay, so we're gonna get another rematch of this.
Yeah.
Cool. I think I'm not even sure who. I think last. I'm not. Heck, I don't recall who won last one. But
Becky won the last match.
So I think Nia should win. And maybe have some more qualms about, like, maybe this will turn into a triple threat match at WrestleMania instead of a one-on-one match. I don't know.
Whoa, dude.
But
because you're not wrong.
If Nia can beat Becky,
keep going, brother.
Then that should
where I was going. Go.
Then that would put her in, like, hey, I beat you. The only reason you won the Elimination Chamber was I wasn't in it. You know, so.
Oh yeah.
So
That's exactly where I was going.
I like that. I mean, you're very on the nose with what could happen and where they could push that storyline, and that could continue a feud more than just WrestleMania. Go ahead, Bubba, chime in.
Yeah, no, because you got to think. Nia still has her rematch, correct? Does she not? Because she lost that match at the last pay-per-view against Rhea Ripley. Do they not have the rematch clause crap still?
She wasn't the champ, though.
She wasn't the champ.
You have to be the champ to have a rematch.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever. I think she's going to be pushing for a rematch, and this is how she gets it, by beating the snot out of Becky, who's going to meet Rhea at WrestleMania.
And then are you thinking that's where that goes into that triple threat then at WrestleMania, like Terry was saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why I kept telling him to preach it, because that's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, I think it just snowballs into them just saying, you know what, the threes figure it out in a ring at WrestleMania, and then we have a huge WrestleMania moment.
Like I said, it's either in one, two ways. It's either going to be a clean finish of some kind, or it's going to be Nia going out there to hurt Becky so she can't go to WrestleMania, and they had no choice to put Nia in the match type thing. That's how she's going to think. Because she's going to think no one can beat me. If I take out her, they don't have me face Rhea.
That's right, brother.
I like what normal Red Devil coming in and saying, bring in Liv and make it a fatal 4-way. I like the idea, and it wouldn't bother me if they did that. But honestly, I want to see Liv go up against Naomi. I want to see her and Naomi have like a really cool, drawn out storyline where those two are just going at each other. I think they complement each other very well, and plus you can bring in other talents to continue storylines or make it different and have it spin off.
For me, Liv is too small to be in with these big girls. It would just be like the Fly coming in and they just go, "Hey, get lost, you're dead."
Yeah,
where I believe more the other story. I could believe more.
But here's the pushback on that. Elimination Chamber.
She was crazy out there.
Enough said. I mean, she tore. Okay, well, you missed an actual match of Liv's that made me go, I'm a fan of Liv Morgan. I think she can wrestle now. She's not just a face out there. She's not just a gimmick that they can throw into whatever situation they want. She actually can. She developed her craft even more. She knows when to pick her spots now. She knows when to hype the crowd up. She knows when to play into the crowd and make them all pissed off and get them yelling at her. So right now, Liv Morgan's hitting on all cylinders, and they need to capitalize on that because, as we can see in this landscape, some talents grow stale very quickly. And if you're not featuring them at the height of what they can do for your promotion, then there's other people who will pay money to take them.
Okay. No, I missed that, and I'm sounding like I'm gonna be definitely looking at that match now.
I definitely would. All right, let's hit the last preview we got.
Oh, my boy.
And it looks like we got Jey Uso going to clash with Drew McIntyre. So we all three know the talents of these two. We all three know exactly what they bring to the WWE. My question to you is this a match you want? Is this a match you could, live without? Or is this a match that puts both of these men in the faces of Triple H and says, you are forced to put us in higher scenarios where it comes to title runs and things like that because of the pop that they get from the crowd? What's your guys' thoughts on this match?
You want to go first, Bubba, or you look like you have something to say?
He's frozen. It's cold up there.
So, I think it makes sense to have this match. I mean, with their backstage a segment last week, and they're on feud with Drew and the Bloodline in general. He still doesn't, he still blames Jay for all the stuff that happened to him with the championship and all that kind of stuff. So I think this is a good match. I'm not sure. Is this the first time they went head to head? So I think it's been a long time of brewing. Like, hey, this is finally going to happen. And I think it initially didn't happen because Drew was good guy, not this in the between. So I think now is the perfect time to do it. Of course, if they want to have interference with what my buddy Josh, Normal Red Devil, says, have Jimmy interfere in it to cause Jay to lose. That is possible. Or at least maybe his music hit or something to cause him where Drew's going to hit him with a Claymore out of nowhere, and there you go, Drew wins, and then that beef is squashed. Really, sort of. I mean, because Jay will look on to his brother, Drew will move on to, what he wants to do toward WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I mean, he wants that heavyweight title.
That's some good thinking on that one. Bubba Duke, go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be no heat. It's gonna be a tight match. I'll tell you that. I think the same thing, the same scenario. The brother's gonna come out, mess something up, and he's gonna eat a Claymore, and that's gonna be the end of the thing. And Drew's gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm done with you. Go away. I beat you. Whatever. I got bigger fish to fry, so to speak." And that heavyweight title, I'm taking it off of Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah.
And that's my boy. I mean, I can't really go. I'm a huge Uso fan, but when it comes to my Islander, the Scotsman, I can't go again. I can't. He's gonna whoop ass, and he's taking that title at WrestleMania. He's gonna have his moment.
No, I like it. I mean, it seems like the easiest route they can get to pin Jimmy and Jay at Mania with each other. This is their surefire way to do it. I mean, they've already pretty much started it with the interference that happened. What was that, a week ago? 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
So it seems like they're already laying that foundation out. They're already getting that going. And I mean, I guess I'm here for it. I want to watch it.
Yeah.
I do, but when I see those two go against each other, I want something more on the line. I want a title on that line, because to me, a championship match is going to give you that extra bit. that cherry on top, because then both brothers are fighting for supremacy of this title of being, this is me at the top, this is you not coming to
Not
where
making
I'm at.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't make it to where I'm at, which gives more of a storyline, which we all know. And you can be the whiny girl in the back of the dance that nobody wants to dance with. Man, go have fun by yourself. But I'm telling you right now, what you need to do is you need to think about the fact that if you put those two together and you put a championship against those two in a match that they have dreamt about since children, since being in the backyard, and you
Right.
put that there, you are going to get raw human emotion. And that is what the WWE has signed checks on for years. You take personal things, you put it into storylines because it gives you that ultimate human factor, which is missing from television, which is missing from any entertainment we have. And this is the form of entertainment you can put it in. Michael Jordan did it to himself. He would invent people that pissed him off. And then he would tell his team, hey man, that motherfucker was saying shit about me. But he wasn't. He really wasn't.
Right.
That's just Michael Jordan trying to give himself that extra edge. And in those games, it was magical. Just like these moments. When you put in that raw human emotion, it's a magical moment in wrestling.
Now, here's a question for both you gentlemen. Just popped into my little brain here. What title do you throw in the middle? Or do you invent like the island chief title
No.
kind of thing?
No, because then you cheapen it. You cheapen the moment
So what
by
title?
making up an idol. Anything IC and above.
Like I said, I think they can make the match more spicier at WrestleMania if it's not just a normal match. Maybe no DQ. Yes, you'd like to have it be up for a title, but I don't like technically. I mean, we know it's probably won't happen because of so close to Mania and
I don't think they
of
do
course
it this
that'd be nice to have. That's good thinking. That would be awesome for a title. Maybe we'll get that in the future. Who knows?
I don't think we get Jimmy and Jay this WrestleMania. I think we get them next WrestleMania, and there will be a title on the line. I think
you don't think we're getting Jay and Jimmy this year?
Nope. I honestly think what they're doing is they're testing the waters. They're seeing where it's going to go, how the fans are going to interact, which brother they can put in which area. Because I mean, just by me being a fan, and then we're going to roll on to the next thing right after we get your guys' thoughts on this. But me being a fan, you've already laid the foundation of the bloodline will be dissolving at some point. There's going to be an implosion. We're going to witness it. And I think that's when you get Jimmy versus Jay. I think because then you have the other ones at his weakest moments. And then when he's finally ready to fight his brother, who might be a champion at that time, and I would say Jimmy would be the champion.
Yeah.
And then Jay comes up and he takes it from him at a Mania. And we got a House coming in real quick, giving us his thoughts. I don't think Jimmy and Jay need a title at all. I think it's happening this year because that's what they've been building to for about a year now. And I can see exactly what you're saying, House, on that one.
Yeah.
But I'm also, look how long they've ran the Bloodline story. So I think they're willing with these guys, with this group in particular, I think they're willing to play the long game even longer. I think they know that, I mean, Jimmy and Jay they're not the youngest, but they're not the oldest. And they still have so much tread on their tires right now. But I mean, that's where I'm at with these guys. Let's get our quick thoughts before we go into the video package.
For sure. Even if they do it this year, it's totally for pride to say that and bragging rights that I'm the better brother and I always will be the better brother. Just my opinion. What about you, Terry?
I'm agreeing there with you, both of you.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, either this year or next year. I'm for the time. I'm just thinking. I'm thinking short term. There's only been a few times they've done long term. Well, and you really know about it.
Yeah.
It's been so evident. I think the way they brought it up so quickly with, Jimmy, I know where I'm going to ring a bell. And it was like, no, it just feels like they're rushing it and that they're trying to get, to get this tread to go to Mania. Because I don't know. I don't know what their thoughts for Mania. Normally I'm expecting to know the card by now, or at least have some idea. And so, we all as fans try to piece together, oh man, this is the match they're going to do. So we might as well just get excited for it, try to get ourselves. And I'm excited for it. I would like to have it some kind of stipulation match of some kind. Who knows what it might be? Like I said, I think it, like you said, I think it's for pride, Jay, because the Jimmy said how I'm always going to be your big brother. I'm always going to be there to stop you, whatever, And it's just going to be Jay stepping up to his big brother and, slapping the piss out of him.
Whipping his ass. Yeah.
Yeah. I got you. I think we can definitely have almost like a half an hour discussion on Jimmy and Jay saga alone.
Yeah.
But I do want to bring up before we jump into the video package, fans out there, you see this man right here on screen who dropped a comment. This is House, Hollywood House, and he is part of the In Your House production crew. He is a artist out there dropping music. You can find him on all music streaming. You can also find him and his crew out there with Hypocrisy Jones and all them. Paragon. You can find them on the In Your House channel, and we will get to his question here. I think Jay is trying to stay out of the family drama. I think we've all been in a place where we've wanted to do great things without our family, and they won't let you be great. I think Jimmy is mad. Jay is the better brother, and he keeps sabotaging him. Hey,
I agree.
Wrong on that one, House.
That's again, well written and well perceived. Yeah. That's a good way of viewing it. I liked it.
Fans, if you like that insight, definitely go check out In Your House. They are everywhere. Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere. Go drop them a message. I know those guys, work personally with them. They will get back to you, and they love a great conversation.
I just want to real quick. That is the best way of putting and summarizing that entire thing with Jimmy and Jay. That's the best way to put it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, House is a great mind in this business, and he really thinks about the stuff before he says it. And thanks, House. Thank you. Thanks, fan. Yes. So, fans, I know this next subject is not WWE, but this man transcends all promotions. This man is a part of all our childhoods. This man has morphed in front of us a few times, not much, but just tweaking a little bit to keep us interested from whatever promotion that he reigned in. He's a man who just, he engulfs what wrestling is. He understands the mindsets that go into as a fan, as a entertainer, as a commentary, as everything that associates with wrestling. This man is, and he had his final match last night. I'm rocking my Sting shirt, my old school Sting shirt. That's the man we're talking about right now. And before we get deep into it, I just want to hit you with this. This is a little 4-minute package, everybody. So enjoy and stick for the end of it. There's a personal message. It's an end of an era. Sting. He's a part of our childhoods. He's a part of our Mondays, our Saturdays, Wednesdays. He's it's awesome to see him to go out this way, though. I wish that they would have allowed more of his footage from his years. We have Hypocrisy Jones coming in. That match was perfect. You didn't miss anything, bud. But yeah, we're out there absorbing this. I seen you, Bubba, wiping some tears when I first watched it. I had some tears too, just because Sting has that ability to show the emotion through his words and just the way he was. Like this comment right here, Sting was my first favorite wrestler because I started out as a WCW kid. Me too. The Surfer Sting, I absolutely loved it. I loved him his whole career. He was so Wolfpack Sting I could do without, but that's just me. To me that felt a little forced, but you know. What were your guys'? Any memories? Anything you want to talk about with Sting?
My first time I seen Sting was the red, white, and blue, like 80s bleach hair, rocking that dude. I seen that tribute that I guess it was his boys did at the beginning of the match before Sting had even come out. They came out dressed in stages, and I'm at work and I watched, and my buddy's like, "You okay, dude? What's going on?" Because I apparently had a tear coming out my eye. My eyes were just like Sting through the years was why I became a wrestler. I wanted to be that guy. I wanted to be that intimidating. He didn't have to say it. He didn't have to say a word, and you're just like, "Oh shit, what's this guy gonna do? Like, am I going to live through this, or do I need to call my parent or my wife and say, listen, I'm fighting Sting tonight. I don't know if I'm going to make it home." Like, I wanted to be that guy. Sting was the reason I got into wrestling. And the only thing I can do to show as much respect as possible for this guy is Sting. I know you're probably not going to watch this ever, but I'm going to say it. Sting, I recognize you, my friend. I recognize what you did for this industry. You are number one. Thank you.
Bulkster, what's your thoughts on Sting? I know you weren't a big WCW guy.
I seen WCW. I do recall. Not sure exactly whenever VHS tapes were around. I know I liked WWE because I had to stay up Saturday nights, but like I knew I didn't have cable. So, and this was back when Surfer Sting, so I don't even know if they even was on TV really, except like they would have Clash of the Champions or Clash of something, Titans or whatever it was, occasionally. But I think I got me a WCW tape. I think it was Starrcade or something, and that's when I first seen him. And it was interesting. Like I said, I mean, all the guys kind of blew me away. And I said, I know the WCW from when the WWE Wars was going on, and I caught him when he turned into the Crow Sting, because I had buddies that were big WCW fans, and I would get the tale of, oh yeah, see this. And I loved it when he came to WWE. Yes, I wish they did things differently. I mean, wish he didn't get injured. I guess that would be fine. I think Vince needs kicked in the dick. I think he dropped the ball there. They could have said, "Hey, you know what? You ready to go? You want to wrestle? Okay, we're gonna do stuff with you," because they dropped the ball. So and I would love to see him retired there, as I'm not the biggest fan of AEW. So I catch the clips of him. I did watch that as last match that I could watch on YouTube. and seeing that all his, I loved how they incorporated his sons and everything into it. You know, since his sons really aren't into the whole wrestling thing. I mean, it's kind of surprising that with his lineage that neither one of them wanted to be a wrestler. But anyway, it was a pleasure watching his matches, seeing him fighting against Hollywood Hogan. That was, you know, so.
Well, we'll hit up a couple of chats we had going on here. Hypocrisy Jones coming in saying Surfer Sting always has my heart. He is who
This is
hooked
Bell,
me
not Jones.
back in the day. What?
Is this Jones or Bell? It says Jordan Bell. Or is it the same person?
Oh, did we just lose?
Did I just lose him?
Did we just lose
Nope,
Josh?
no, we're back.
There we go.
Crosting made me appreciate wrestling in a completely different way. I back that up 120%, Jones. Then we had House coming in. Sting exposed me to wrestling for the very first time. I went over to a friend's house and played WCW NWO Revenge. I didn't watch wrestling then, but Sting was the first wrestler I played with. I thought that they were all created fake characters. Then my friend told me it was a real TV show. I had to see this guy in real life, and when I did, I knew it. Dude, totally. It's so funny that you say that, House, because like that is like
that game was awesome.
Yeah, that was a great game.
Iconic.
And the fact that it was Sting who got you even hooked more, and you had to see it from that game, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's wrestling though. That's wrestling. You get that little grain of sugar, so to speak, and then you're like, that tasted really good. I really like that.
Yeah.
What else can I do that is involved in this? And then you end up watching the WCWs, the WWF at that time, all these different promotions, and you're just like, whoa, dude, I want more.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
All time, he's in my top 5 favorite wrestlers. Literally. Bless you.
Yeah, I mean, I'll finish this out with this segment and say, when I was a kid, before I got into like actually knowing my own stuff and what I liked and things like that, I found Sting through WCW. I loved WCW for the over the top characters. I loved the theatrics of it. I did love WWF back then too, but WCW appealed to me more because it gave me more of the idea of absurdity being popular. Like you have a guy who looks like your average military surfer, if you know any military surfers, who just paints his face, and he forgot the camouflage paint, so he did this American signature. And then I was amazed with how he would look over at Ric Flair and scream the woo right back at Flair.
Yeah.
And sometimes the fans were louder for Sting than they were for Flair when he wooed. So it was an amazing thing to see these larger than life characters take over. And, I didn't have always a fun time as a kid. And Sting and WCW in particularly really took away those moments and allowed me to escape whatever bullshit I was going through. And I remember when Sting went away before he became Crow Sting, and I was so pissed off. It actually made me watch Monday Night Raw instead of Nitro for like weeks. But then, I came back to it. But again, the career of Sting is, people have said everything they possibly can. There's nothing more I can add to it. House chiming in with wrestling is one of the greatest things ever. I love this business. Sting is one of the best to do it. You are not lying, my friend. And like we had our other friend, Josh Bush, coming in, he very much enjoyed Sting. He actually dressed up as Crow Sting for Halloween. Well,
I went half crow, half red, white, and blue one time because
See-
I couldn't decide which one I wanted to be. So I was like, forget it. We're doing both.
that I mean, he's definitely a talent that has reached multiple
Oh,
fans of different promotions. So,
he's
all right, everybody, we want to look. Well,
yeah.
go ahead, Bubba.
I was just gonna say he's the one guy that earned the moniker icon.
Oh,
He
yeah.
earned it.
Yeah, easily. All right, friends,
I gotta
fans,
get going.
fellow window lickers. We are gonna we're gonna raid out to Turnbuckle Studios doing the Raw Patrol. You can catch Bubba Duke over there. You will also be able to catch me and probably the Bulkster in the chat. Bulkster's not a big Canadian fan, so he tends to stay away from Turnbuckle. Thank you very much, House. We really appreciate that. And again, fans, go out there and check them out.
Thanks.
That is in your house. That is himself, Hollywood House. Listen, the man's been doing it for a while. He knows what he's doing, and you need to jump on his train or get gone because he's always moving mighty strong. And that household, man, they are behind him. So get out there, support them, support these guys. Terry, hit them, Bulkster. Let them know where they can find you.
Oh, Bulkamaniacs, you can find me on YouTube now. Just look up Bulk Bogan, the Bulk Show, or the Bulkster Show.
Yeah, the Bulkster.
And I must be start streaming gaming soon. You're also gonna see episodes of the Window Lickers Presents Raw Cap and review shows. Gonna have them in a playlist if you ever want to go back and see some of the hijinks that we come up with. Like I said, you make a comment, I'll be sure to try to respond back. Drop a like, follow, subscribe. You can always catch me up on TikTok. That is now under the Bulkster, or the Bulkster Show. And all my links are within the. If you get to my YouTube, you can look at the other links, Facebook,
Sweet.
and so.
So go check him out doing Bulkster things. Bulkamania is running wild all over the interwebs. All right, Bubba Duke, hit him with it.
Hey, you can find me on the YouTubes at Bubba OMD. That's capitals on the O, M, and D. You can find me on Twitch, Boar's Nest with Bubba Duke. And you can find me on the Facebook groups. Look up Boar's Nest or The Boar's Nest with Bubba Duke because we're streaming there right now. And you can hit me up there, leave me messages, and I will get back to you as quick as I can. I have to go because Cody Rhodes is on TV right now.
Well, fans, you know me. It is I, the voice, Joshua Joseph, and you can find me out there on Facebook at Joshua Joseph. Find me on the old X, the voice, Joshua Joseph. And you can find me here on Twitch, the_voice_Joshua_Joseph. So yeah, that's a fun one. I really should have thought that one through, but I did not.
You didn't.
But window lickers, fellow fans, fellow friends, people who just dropped in to look at three guys talking about nonsense, thank you so much for being a part of the window lickers with the Bulkster and Bubba Duke, the Canadian Cracker. We love them. We love all of you, and we really, truly appreciate you being a part of our little world that we got going on. And you are going to catch us next Monday. Same time, same place. Check